So thanks for joining us. Hopefully this morning has been full of a lot of great information and a lot more to come. This is a little bit of a, maybe a little bit of a different venue from what you've been getting with the training around IIS and some of the products and unified governance platform. What we want to talk about now is DTE, digital technical engagement. And I'm guessing if I were to ask 5 of you that are listening today what this is, I'd probably get 5 different answers. So the first thing I'm going to do is explain this crazy acronym that IBM we're very good at creating. DTE, digital technical engagement. I'm just going to start by saying this group started January of 2018, so we're still fairly new within IBM. Our goal was to get software to your hands a lot quicker. So previous to DTE coming along, if you wanted to take a look at another product, especially an on-premise product, it could be an act of God to do that, right? You had to get a hold of a sales rep. You had to, get some kind of a trial. In some cases, we've gotten a lot better in terms of download and go. But even that, for a lot of companies, proves challenging, right? Because you've got to find a server. You've got to download it. You've got to install it. And installs don't always go smooth. We take that away from you. So what we've done is created a set of assets, demo assets for you, the end user, to be able to work with on your own. We're not going to bother you. We're not going to bug you. It's like going to the car lot on a Sunday, right? No car salesman is going to come. Not that our reps are like car salesmen, but they're not going to come up and bug you. So we go ahead and install the product for you and host it on the cloud, right? So we take away all those barriers and make it really simple. And I'm going to show you that in a moment. But in addition to that, we know not everybody is hands-on. So what we've done is we've provided basically 3 levels, and I'm going to show you in a minute, of different types of demos. What this is good for you, is number one, I think Raj said earlier, if you want to go look at Stored IQ, right? So you're going to hear about a lot of different offerings today. So how can I get my hands on them? How can I learn more about them? If you're in the technical field, the best way to learn is to get your hands on them, right? So learn about new offerings maybe you haven't worked with. And by the way, you're going to see we cover more than just unified governance. If you want to learn about blockchain or Watson or any of those offerings as well. The second that we're really getting a lot of traction with is people want to learn about the new releases, right? There's a new release out. What does it look like? Is it worth me upgrading to? Are there enough features there? Maybe I want to share it with my coworkers. And then finally, what we're finding is a lot of people are using this for training. So they're holding, maybe you've got new employees or new people you're bringing on the tool. It's perfect for that. So since you're all sitting in front of a computer, those of you on the phone anyway, go ahead and pull up this URL and we can walk through it together. It's, I'm going to pull it up myself. It's ibm.biz, it's up here in the corner, /DTE-live. And when you pull that up, I'm going to pull it up myself. You're going to see a page that looks like this. It's a white and blue page. So again, ibm.biz/DTE-live. As you scroll through the page, you're going to see that it's all by portfolio. So we started off with analytics platforms. So for example, ICP for data. This is a great way. You see the announcements on LinkedIn or you hear about it from an IBMer. ICP for data is a perfect example. Right away, you can get your hands on it. Cloud platform. Maybe some of you have considered moving workloads to the cloud. We've got a number of offerings there as well. Data science. We cover pretty much all of hybrid cloud as well as Watson and cloud platform. Watson, the various AI assets that are out there. And then finally, oops, I guess U comes before W, doesn't it? Here's unified governance. So, you know, you learned about a number of these offerings and will throughout the day. I brought up Stored IQ, so I might as well go ahead and use that as my example. When you get to each page, you're gonna see there's those 3 level of assets. Number 1 is the videos. So videos are perfect to just get a really quick, they're usually 5 minutes long, idea of what the offering is. These are technical videos, by the way. So if you're expecting the nice, beautiful marketing with music, you're not probably going to get that. You're going to get somebody walking through the product. Some people try to get creative with music, but we're technical people. So, so the music may not be that great. But what you are going to get is you're going to get a really good understanding of the product. I guarantee you that. So the videos are number 1. Number 2 is what we call a product tour. These are about 15 minutes in length. Perfect if you just want to get a brief understanding of the product, right? Just want to understand what it does. I want to walk through it. I'm going to click on it and show you what it looks like. When you go into the product tour, we call them also click-throughs. So the reason we call it a tour is because it's interactive, but it is a click-through. So it's you really kind of can't go wrong. You're going to see when it comes up here, I think we've got a slow internet connection. When it comes up here, you're going to see the product is in the middle of the screen, and then the instructions are on the right-hand side. And then it's going to say, click here, you'll read through the instructions, click here, and it'll actually walk you through the product step by step. So again, it's like a click-through type demo. All right. So we use our garage method for this. You just go ahead and click Start Demo Now. So if you're following me, following along with me, hopefully your internet connection is better than ours. You'll see the demo come up. And then again, you just go ahead and look to the right. And on the right-hand side, you'll see, it'll give you a summary recap. And then task 1 on the navigation bar, click Create. So you really can't go wrong. Again, they're about 15 minutes in length. So that's asset level number 2. So yours will be quicker than mine, I guarantee it. Number 3, this is for the people who really actually want to get more in depth into the product. So they actually want to spin up the product. And what we do here is you go ahead and fill out a registration form, or you log in if you've already got an ID with IBM. And what we'll do is we'll reserve you an instance. So this is where we will actually spin up the product for you. So we create an instance. We'll use VMware to do that. We'll host it in the cloud. And then we email you a user ID and password. Once you get that email ID and password, you're ready to go. You've got your instance, and we'll walk you through the product. So step by step. We provide sample data. We provide step-by-step instructions. Now, I will say, you do not have to follow those instructions. You have a hosted version of this product. So the instructions are great because they get you going. But if there's things you want to try on your own, you certainly can. We're not putting any guardrails in place here. And it is full product. So I always call it like a trial with training wheels. So again, just to recap, those are the 3 types of assets that you have for each one of the products in either hybrid cloud, cloud platform, or Watson. So let's go ahead and resume our PowerPoint. So moving forward, we've got about 71 solutions, and come back because there's more every week. And by the way, when you looked at that page, when I brought it up, you'll see a feedback email at the top. If there's something you want to see, or you have questions, or you have any problems, use that email. We love your feedback. We react to it very quickly, and it's what's helped build some of these solutions. So take advantage of that. Just wanted to give you a brief understanding of how we've seen others use these assets. So Walmart's a good example. We went to Walmart. Again, they wanted that product training. So we ended up pulling in, they ended up coordinating, pulling in team members from Mexico, Brazil, UK, and we brought them all into good old Bentonville, Arkansas. And we ran all-day workshops. They loved it because it was a great way to get their new team members. Particularly, it's hard when you've got people where English isn't their first language. So this gave them very step-by-step instructions. They have now incorporated our DTE material into their internal curriculum. So if you go to their intranet site at Walmart, we are part of their training system. The next one was Fulcrum. They're actually an ISV. They provide legal software, and they knew they needed to move to the cloud, right? They can't just keep always sending software for on-premise. It's just too difficult for their clients to get upgrades, to do installs, et cetera. They weren't sure if they were ready to move to the cloud. So they used the DTE assets that I showed you to understand how to provision storage, how the billing works, how the HA and resiliency solutions work, and they now offer their clients a cloud-based offering. And then finally, the upgrades, like I talked about, that is a big one for people. There are a lot of people running on back versions of software, and they're not sure what's in the new release. They want to get trained, especially like the core system people want to get trained before they roll it out to the troops, right? So, so we are seeing a lot of companies now taking those 4 or 5 core people in their company, using DTE, getting a good feeling for it before they upgrade it to the rest of the company. So we have a lot of reps that work with clients and lab services that do that. So in wrapping up here, here is my recommendation. Go to the site, bookmark this site, ibm.biz/DTE-live. Share it with your coworkers, right? I mean, you know, even if you just want to learn for your own professional resume, things like blockchain, things like AI, things like data science, it's perfect for that because we're not going to hound you. Matter of fact, the only thing that requires a sign-in is that product tour. And that's because we have to spin up a VMware image for you. So the click through the videos, no strings attached. Train your employees, you know, make it part of your curriculum. And we love feedback, like I mentioned. So don't be shy. If you start using it, you have ideas, or you're having trouble with something, let us know. Like I say, we're very prompt with getting back to you. So with that, I'm going to open it up to any questions from any of you on the line. You guys are a quiet crew out there. Any comments? Do you guys think this would be helpful for you? I wish I had a lottery ticket to give away. I'd give it away to the first person with a question. Anybody here have a question? Live from Schaumburg.
I do.
Thank you.
Can you reiterate the openness of this? I mean, sometimes you see the IBM logo or the URL start with that. So I think you said there are no restrictions. We can actually give this.
Yeah. So the question was, just so people on the phone can hear, is there any restrictions to this at all? Absolutely not. This is outside the firewall. You can share it with anybody. They don't even need an IBM login unless they want to spin up an instance.
And if someone wanted to do a class, let's say an introduction to BTC, who do they reach out to?
Yeah, you know what? You can use so the question is, if somebody wants to run a class, who can they reach out to? The biggest thing I would suggest is this email, which is also the feedback email. The email ID is on the top of that page. If you want to run a class, especially if it's going to be a big class, let us know because we want to make sure the capacity is there, right? Because we are running this on a cloud platform. So if you're going to have 50 people in a class, let us know. The other thing we can help you with is some people do want those instructions in like a printed PDF type format. We can get that for you. So if for some reason somebody says, you know what, I'm going to actually print out workbooks for everybody, can you get me those instructions? We can do that as well. You're welcome. Oh, I did get some people chatting on the chat. Well, isn't that nice? Seems really helpful. DTE would be a very useful product for us. So that's great. Yeah, and like I say, use the email. We'd love to get your feedback. We get some really creative ideas. We did like a supply chain DTE asset, which was actually a mixture of CPLEX, Planning Analytics, and SPSS. So for those of you not familiar with those products, Planning Analytics allows companies, like typically in their financial org, to kind of model out their projections in terms of supply and demand. And then SPSS is an AI engine, so it could actually look at their data and provide some predictive modeling there. And then CPLEX kind of helps you put a longer term plan in place. So we went ahead and put that in place based on interest from people like you. So if you've got ideas, let us know. So, all right, I think that's it then. Thanks, everybody.